Do you have a child who seems to be overly emotional? They might react to the smallest things and take things deeply personally. If you do, then as a parent, you might be feeling very frustrated, because typically children who are over emotional tend to hold it together really well at school, only to collapse when they come home. And their moods and meltdowns can have a huge impact on the entire family. If this is resonating with you, keep watching, because I'm going to show you 4 ways that you can help your child to regulate their emotions. I'm Dr. Hester Bancroft. I'm a chartered psychologist, and I've worked with literally hundreds of parents to help them build their children's resilience and independence. So what do we do to increase a child's emotional literacy? Well, the first thing we do is we help them to label their emotions. So when we notice that our child is feeling disappointed or frustrated or excited, whatever it is they're feeling, we label that for them and we check in with them. So we say something like, "You seem really disappointed in that." Well, "You seem really frustrated about that." Well, "You seem really excited today." So we label their emotions, we check in with them if that is how they're really feeling. And what happens is they start to be aware of what feeling frustrated feels in their body, what feeling disappointed feels in their body. And they start to be able to really key into what emotions they're feeling at any one time. The second thing that we need to do is we need to talk about our emotions as parents. Very often parents feel they have to hide how they're feeling from their children, particularly if they're feeling a supposed negative emotion, if they are feeling upset or if they're feeling angry. Actually, it's a really healthy thing for our children to see that we can talk about our emotions. And within our families, it's a really healthy and helpful thing to do. So that is what you're doing there, is you're giving them the ability to model how we talk about emotions. And that leads on to the third thing we need to do, and that is teaching our children the power of I. And this means when we talk about our emotions, we own them. And that means we say, "I'm feeling really angry," or "I'm feeling really upset," or "I'm feeling really disappointed." Whatever it is we're feeling stays with us. The minute we push it out and say, you have made me angry, you've made me really upset, you've made me really disappointed, we are no longer owning our emotions. And not only that, we are likely to get into a conflictual situation with the other person, because we all can become very defensive when we feel someone is accusing us of making them feel a certain way. So that's something really helpful to do for your children as well, to help them recognise the power of the I. The fourth thing that we can do to help our child to regulate their emotions is to talk to them about our emotional thermometers. We've all got them. It's really good for us to know where we are at any one time with our emotional thermometer. The central part of our emotional thermometer is our mentalising range. Mentalising literally just means being able to make sense of what might be going on for the person or people around us. When we're in that central part of our thermometer, we feel calm, we feel grounded, we can see the grey areas in any given situation, the nuances, and we can make sense of our world pretty well. However, all of us will sometimes be triggered up to the top of our emotional thermometer, and that's a key thing to help your child to understand if they are going into meltdowns or having difficulty regulating their emotions. Because when we are triggered, either through stress or anxiety or anger, we go into this over-aroused, overwhelmed part of our thermometer, and we act in a very chimp-like way. You may have read the book Chimp Paradox by Steve Peters. It's a very good book, all about the top of our emotional thermometer. And it's a helpful thing to have a talk with our children about the fact we've all got an inner chimp. When we are up at the top of our emotional thermometer, we act in a very chimp-like way. We have very fixed thinking, very black and white thinking. We can't see the grey areas. We definitely can't mentalise. What's interesting about a chimp is not only when our chimp's out, not only can we not mentalise, we don't care about mentalising because we don't care about what's going on for the other person. We will say things we later wish we hadn't said and do things we later wish we hadn't done. So it is a really, really key thing that we can do with our children, is to sit around as a family and talk about the fact that we all have these chimps. We can all behave in this way, we can all be triggered, and we all go into that over-aroused place sometimes. And the key thing is to recognise what those triggers are, also to recognise how our chimps behave, and the most important thing is we all need to know how to get our chimps to go back to sleep and get calm again. So for most of us, it will be doing something physical, because we have a lot of adrenaline and cortisol go around our body when we're at the top of our emotional thermometer. So for children, it might be punching a pillow or kicking a ball against a wall or jumping on the trampoline, doing something physical to release those hormones. But for some children, it can be sitting with their pet, it can be listening to some music, it can be going and lying on their room in their room and reading a book. So we all need to really be aware of what it is that allows our chimp to calm down. And it is brilliant for your children to understand that they need to take responsibility for their chimp and know what triggers it and what calms it down. I hope you found that helpful. If you have, take a look at my website, www.effectivesteps.com, where there's lots more information about how I support parents and children. In addition to that, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.